So many people spend a lifetime searching through religion, philosophy, and gurus and practices. But what if the end of seeking isn't in the future? What if you already are what you're looking for? Hey guys, it's John sitting here in my beautiful love room, and I have my beautiful mug of coffee. I hope you guys are having a fabulous day wherever you are. Spiritual seekers who define themselves as seekers believe fulfillment lies in the next experience, the next practice, or the next teacher. They're putting off this experience of their wholeness to some future event or to some other person. When we're in the not yet there mindset, we are literally declaring in our present moment we're lacking. We're literally declaring that we're not complete. But the concept of awareness is to be present, because when you're fully present, that's where you create your experience. And as long as you create seeking, you will forever seek. That thing will always be in front of you, luring you towards it. But that thing that you're looking for is the thing that you can be. You can be your own empowerment. You can be your own. And the more you seek, the more pathways will be laid before you. In one of my regressions, Yeshua said, when you seek a path is laid before you. But until you turn the path back to yourself, you'll never find that doorway. When you're pushing for that path ahead of you, like Eeyore with the stick and the carrot, the truth about fulfillment is that you never reach it. You're always looking at the back of the carrot as opposed to dropping the stick and eating the meal. When you step into the awareness that you are the creator of the experience, then you start creating from the place of wholeness, the place that's complete and untouched and is not needing but creating. You step into this place of understanding that you are bringing that outcome, that experience into the world, being the change. Seeking assumes that you're lacking, but awareness is never lacking. Awareness is just an opening of your vision of what's around you. And I don't mean just your visual vision, but your spiritual vision, the understanding that this is more, and it's never lacking. Once you recognize the futility of chasing enlightenment, then you realize that I have been chasing something that I can just be. I can step into my own awareness of the now. I can start being the love that I want to see in the world. I can start creating from the aspect of here in the now. I am not seeking. I am awakening. I am enjoying. I am exploring. I am discovering the greater awareness of myself. All of these I am statements are present moment declarations. And when you declare in your present moment that you are receiving, then you start to see the results of receiving, because that's your faith, that's your belief. Whatever you ask in God's name is granted. If you have faith, God's name is I am. I am seeking will give you a pathway to nowhere. And eventually that pathway will run out of things to give you. And what will you do? You'll jump on another path because you have decided that you're a seeker. You've decided that your experience is about seeking that enlightenment, that awareness, that greater self in front of me. Recognize the futility of that chasing, because there's no object, there's no achievement, there's no spiritual experience that satisfies permanently on those paths. They just give you the next aha moment. They give you the next experience. Oh, I think I figured out something good. What's the next thing? I can't tell you how many people come to me and they're like, John, why aren't you expanding to some other thing? I was so happy when I looked at the book Signs Along the Path that Holly and I wrote together. And I say that interestingly enough. I wrote it as a blog post, as a blog, and Holly compiled it as a book. And I'm always so gratified when I go back and go through that book, because my beliefs haven't changed. And people say, well, that means you haven't evolved. No, it's not that I haven't evolved. It says I know where I am. I am completely in the now. I am John and I am love. And everything I talk about in the here and now is about being here and now. I'm not seeking something, because that would say that my here and now is lacking. I am creating. And I recognized a long time ago the futility of chasing.
And now, a quick word from our sponsor.
Coffee Time with John. This channel runs off coffee, so get your coffee and tea at johnsjoe.com. Every arrival at the next destination phase, leaving the seeker empty again, looking for the next path. We find people who go down the path of New Age spirituality, and what happens? They run out of things in the New Age spirituality, so they look for the next shiny object. There's some major New Age gurus have recently turned to Christianity, and their entire message has changed because all they have been doing is seeking. And that next one will run out too. Every arrival fades, leaving the seeker empty again. Take a second. Just exhale. Right here, right now. You're whole. And that connection to source, that enlightenment, that awareness was never absent. It was just blinded by our own fears and anxieties of not being there. The world is like a room built of love. And there's a fog that hides the room from us. And sometimes the fog is thick and sometimes the fog is thin. But true enlightenment happens when we realize that our hand is on the knob of the fog machine. And we're the one cranking up our fear, and we're the one cranking down our fear. The secret to enlightenment is the eradication of fear. Thank you, Mr. Buddha. The Sufis say that the veil between you and God is your fear, and that you can overcome the veil. What you seek has always been the one who is seeking. In other words, when you choose to seek, it is coming back to you as this choosing to be a seeker, living from the end of seeking rather than living in the presence of being the outcome, living in the end of seeking instead of the freedom to enjoy life without trying to complete yourself. You are complete. You are whole. There's a deeper peace in ordinary moments. I've had a lot of the big spiritual experiences. I've had crossing over experiences. I've had out-of-body experience. I've done astral travel experiences. People ask me if I still do those things. I say no. They say, well, why wouldn't you? I said, because here's more fun. Being here in the now, living a loving life, and walking out and watching people smile because I'm being loving, watching people laugh because I'm being loving. Had a food delivery man yesterday. He and I talked about the etymology of his name. And we laughed, and he says, pleasure to meet you, sir, as he walked away. Felt good. Did not feel judged. Felt like we shared something in the moment. No one person is more enlightened than another. And if they're claiming they're more enlightened than another, they're not enlightened. Because that's a power play to put themselves above others. You have the choice to come to your greater awareness. Enlightenment does not mean light shows and big experiences. It means putting everything down and getting lighter, coming back to the now, coming back to this moment and living in this moment fully. The journey ends not in gaining something new, but in recognizing what's always been present. You are already the truth you're seeking. Take this moment and choose the truth that is. Be this moment what you want to see in the world. Express this moment, the feeling of love and compassion, and understand that the people who are not in that place are in a place of fear, and they're seeking love. Well, when you deliver that love in the present moment to them, you are giving them exactly what they've been seeking. And then the world changes. Be the love you want to see in the world. And we can all live a loving life. And that's my thought on this. You guys have a great day. And I'll talk to you soon. See ya. Bye.